Okay, so we are week 3 of our beehive. So the first video we transferred the bees from the nuke, the white box down there, into the hive, and then week 2 we just opened it up, checked the bees, and just gave it a bit of a clean, and everything was looking really good. So week 3 we're now adding on the super box. So this is our super box, a little bit different than a traditional hive. So we've got our excluder, which will keep the queen bee downstairs, and then we've got, so this is one of the beehive, I'll put it in the shade there, might look a bit better. So normally you have a traditional timber frame that would have either a wax base, or the bees will build up the frame themselves with wax, but this is actually plastic. So the bees are actually going to put the honey in there, they'll seal it, but with the mechanism, which we'll talk about in another video, we'll turn a lever, then that will actually, the honey will run out, but we'll talk about that in another video. So it's a little bit different, this one, so being a flow hive, but we're really excited to try something different. So that's the actual, they're the frames. A little bit about the box. What's exciting, we have little viewing windows. Not sure if that's too, that might be better. I'll put my shadow on there. So once we've got the bees in there, you'll actually be able to see the bees moving around, putting the honey in there. So it'll be quite exciting to look at. On this side is where eventually we'll be putting our little tubes in there that the honey will flow out into the jars. But again, that's all in another video to come. So yeah. Okay. So we're going to, as mentioned before, we're going to take the super over and put it on top of the brood box, but before we do, I just want to check inside the brood box and just see how the frames are going, how the bees are going, and see if we've got to move any frames. So we'll yeah, just have a look. I've got to go nice and easy, so I just broke something before, so nice and easy as we go. Oh wow, looks nice and strong. Yeah. Gee, we've got some nice smoke coming out of the smoker. Alexander's specialty, getting it working. The fun bit, opening this up. Sealed it nicely. Let's have a look. Oh wow, look at that. That is beautiful. Oh, there's the queen bee. So I'm just, are you able to grab the brush for me? Actually no, I'll just shake it down. So that's why it's always good to check for the queen bee when you move things around. So I didn't want to lose a queen down there. Wow, this looks awesome. So strong. So many bees.
Try not to roll them.
So we'll have a look at the outside one first. So this one we're expecting not to be made up as well.
No, it's fully made up.
Wow, oh, they're already starting to put honey in there. You see honey up the top here. Wow. If you remember correctly, this was an empty, it was only a timber frame, and they've built all that wax in 2 weeks. Or 3 weeks. So I'm just going to put that down there. I'll just check one more frame.
Oh, we killed a couple of bees.
Wow, look at that. So we've got a bit of honey and a lot of brood there. So we know the queen bee is working well. Okay, so we don't need to do anything with the bees. Let's see, brush. Oh, you got. So we'll leave all the bees. I won't pull anything else out. No bee stings yet, so that's a good thing. Okay, so you want to put the excluder on top of here now.
There's quite a lot of bees here.
So we've checked some of the frames and I'm very happy with how strong the bees are. They've really got heaps of honey, heaps of brood, really good temperament bees. So we've got the excluder on, which will stop the queen bee coming up into the super. But as you can see, the other bees can still go through.
Have you made sure the queen was not on top?
And yeah, so the queen's down. So yeah, we've made sure the queen is inside here as well. So we've got the super on top. So the box down the bottom is for the brood where they do all the breeding. Then the bees will come up here hopefully over the coming weeks or months and start putting the honey up top. So very happy. What I do need to do is level this whole thing, but I won't do that now because we do need to make sure the beehive is nice and level, just so the honey flows in the right directions. But we'll let them settle down now, I think. So it's been half an hour since we've put the super box on top. I just want to open up the little window here and actually see if there's any bees in the super. Oh wow, look at that. It's a little bit glary, but eventually that'll be all full of honey. Can't wait. Okay, so we're just going to check the pest management trays. So the advantage of these flow hives, they've actually really designed them well with the viewing windows, and also has a ventilation that you can turn around for both summer and winter. And then also they've got a pest management tray. So I'm just going to have a look in here and see if we have any. Oh wow, look at this. Do we? Okay, looks like we don't have any there at the moment, which is a good thing. But so yeah, the bees clean out the hive and it all falls down the bottom here, and then we can clean it. So just a way of keeping the beehive nice and clean. I'll just tip that out. Might clean that later on. So very happy, as I've said, with the beehive and the way the bees are going. So well, first of all, Aussie coffee bean coffee. Can't do bees without a coffee. So finishing off a great little project today with a nice coffee. So just recapping, so what we've done is we've checked the bees, happy with all the frames. We've then put on the second box up here, which is the super box, and the idea is that the bees will start putting, instead of having honey down the bottom, we'll just build all their honey up in the top box. It is a flow hive, and we'll talk about how the flow hive works in another video, but yeah, really happy with the way today's gone, and look forward to more videos.